Story number 10, The Value of the Stone. One day, a curious student approached his teacher with a burning question. "Teacher," he asked, "what is the value of life?" The teacher thought for a moment, then handed the student a rough, unassuming stone. "Take this stone to the marketplace," the teacher instructed. "Do not sell it, no matter what, but pay attention to how much people are willing to pay for it." The student, puzzled but obedient, did as he was told. At the marketplace, he held up the stone, offering it to anyone who would look. People laughed, bewildered by the idea of buying such an ordinary rock. Hours passed until a street vendor, feeling pity for the young man, approached and offered 1 coin for it. Disheartened, the student returned to his teacher. "No one valued it, teacher. Only one man offered a single coin for this ugly stone." The teacher smiled knowingly. "Good. Tomorrow, take the same stone to a jeweler. Show it to the shopkeeper and see how much they're willing to pay. Remember, do not sell it." The next day, the student presented the stone to a jeweler. The jeweler studied it carefully, his eyes widening with recognition. "I'll pay you 500 coins for this piece," he offered eagerly. Shocked, the student rushed back to his teacher. The jeweler offered 500 coins. Why would he value it so much more than the street vendor? The teacher chuckled. "Patience, my student. Tomorrow, take the stone to an antique collector. Show it to them, but once again, do not sell it." Following his teacher's advice, the student brought the stone to a well-known antique dealer. The collector inspected it closely, their face alight with excitement. "This is no ordinary stone," they exclaimed. "It's a rare ancient gem. I'll give you everything I own in exchange for it." Speechless, the student returned to his teacher, recounting the incredible offer. The teacher, with a calm and steady voice, explained, "This stone is, in fact, a priceless relic, a rare treasure worth an entire fortune. But here's the lesson: the stone itself has not changed. Its value depended entirely on the eye of the beholder. The street vendor saw only a rock, the jeweler recognized some worth, and the collector saw its true value." The teacher paused, letting the weight of his words sink in, then continued, "Life is just like this stone. To some, it might seem worthless, ordinary, or unremarkable. But to those who truly understand and appreciate it, life is a treasure beyond measure. The stone never changed. The difference lies in how it was perceived, just as the value of your life lies in how you see it and how others choose to understand it." The student nodded, the lesson clear. The stone, once a symbol of mystery, had become a mirror reflecting the profound truth about life and its worth. The story of the stone and its journey of discovery transcends being a simple tale about perspective. It's a profound meditation on how we perceive and navigate life itself. It challenges us to confront the deeper truths about worth, not just in objects but in ourselves. Like the stone, our value doesn't inherently reside in outward appearances or superficial attributes. Instead, it is revealed through understanding, appreciation, and the lens through which it is viewed. This narrative compels us to ask fundamental questions. How often do we, like the passers-by in the marketplace, dismiss something, or someone, based on surface impressions? More importantly, how often do we underestimate ourselves, failing to see the treasure within? The stone, unchanged throughout its journey, symbolizes the constancy of intrinsic worth, while the shifting evaluations reflect the transient and often flawed judgments of the world. In essence, this is not merely a story about how others perceive us, but about how we perceive ourselves. Our ability to recognize and honor our own value is what ultimately shapes our experience of life, much like the discerning collector who saw the stone for what it truly was, a rare and priceless gem. In the story, the stone itself remains constant, silent, unchanging, and unaware of the value projected onto it. Yet, its worth fluctuates wildly, shifting as it moves from the chaotic marketplace to the jeweler's discerning gaze and, ultimately, the reverent hands of the antique collector. The street vendor dismissed it as an ordinary rock, worth no more than a coin. In contrast, the collector recognized it as a treasure of immeasurable value. This disparity illuminates a profound truth: worth is not an inherent quality of an object, but a reflection of the perspective and understanding of those who encounter it. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully when he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The stone's journey mirrors our own lives, where perceptions, our own and those of others, define our experience of value. Life operates on this same principle. Each of us carries an intrinsic worth that is unwavering, but it can only shine when we ourselves acknowledge it. If we remain unaware of our value, we risk being misunderstood, underestimated, or dismissed by those who see only the surface. Much like the stone overlooked in the marketplace, we may allow the world's shallow judgments to obscure our true nature. This lesson is a call to self-awareness and self-respect. The stone doesn't cry out for recognition or try to prove itself. It simply exists as it is, waiting for the right eyes to see its brilliance. Similarly, our worth does not depend on external validation but on our ability to understand and honor who we truly are. However, this realization goes deeper. The story also reveals the limitations of others' perceptions. Even the jeweler, with their keen eye, could not fully grasp the stone's historical and cultural significance as the collector did. This reminds us that no one person's evaluation, whether high or low, can encapsulate the entirety of our worth. Our value is multidimensional, evolving with time, context, and perspective. Ultimately, the story of the stone is not just about recognizing value but about cultivating patience and faith in our journey. There will be times when our worth is overlooked, misunderstood, or diminished by those who lack the insight to appreciate it. Yet, like the stone, we must remain steadfast, knowing that the right circumstances, or the right person, will reveal the truth of who we are. Until then, we must first be the ones to see it clearly. In life, as in the story, the stone's worth was never truly in question, it was the world's readiness to recognize it that wavered. So, too, must we learn that our value is constant, waiting for us to embrace it, regardless of whether the world has yet to see. Like the stone, our true value is not tied to appearances, possessions, or social status but to the essence of who we are. Yet, recognizing this intrinsic worth can be a challenging journey. The world often overlooks or misunderstands us, much like the street vendor who saw only a common rock. Still, this lack of recognition doesn't diminish what we carry within. Seneca wisely observed, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This is not a call for perfection but an invitation to constant self-discovery. Our worth is not something to be constructed but uncovered, layer by layer, as we live authentically. The stone never transformed, it simply waited for someone with the vision to see its brilliance. Similarly, our value doesn't rely on the approval of others but on our ability to acknowledge it ourselves. True worth is constant, it only needs the clarity of recognition to shine. In a world driven by comparison and the relentless pursuit of external validation, it's easy to lose sight of what truly gives life meaning. We find ourselves chasing after success, recognition, or societal approval, believing these will define our worth. Yet, the truth is, happiness doesn't stem from how others perceive us, it flourishes when we live authentically, anchored in our values and deeply connected to our true selves. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "Very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Joy is not found in grand achievements or the applause of the world but in a quiet, steady understanding of who we are and what truly matters. When you turn inward and shift your focus away from the noise of external expectations, you uncover a deeper sense of fulfillment. This contentment doesn't rely on fleeting accomplishments or others' opinions. Instead, it is rooted in the unshakable peace that comes from knowing yourself, your strengths, your values, and your purpose. True happiness begins when you stop searching outward and start recognizing the wealth within. Like the stone, there will always be those who fail to see your worth or misjudge who you are. But their perceptions don't define you. True value isn't granted by others, it emerges from how you perceive and honor yourself. To shine in your own story, you must focus on what truly matters. Focus on what you can control. You can't dictate how others view you, but you have full control over your response. Instead of lamenting, "Why is this happening to me?" reframe the narrative to ask, "What can I learn from this?" In shifting your perspective, you transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Appreciate your own value. Your worth doesn't hinge on external approval. As Seneca reminds us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Don't allow fear or self-doubt to obscure the brilliance within you. Recognizing and embracing your unique value is the first step toward inner confidence. Prioritize what truly matters. Time is fleeting, and life is too precious to waste on things beyond your control. Instead, direct your energy toward what enriches your life, your personal growth, meaningful relationships, and cultivating inner peace. These are the true markers of a fulfilled and purposeful existence. Being the jewel in your own story doesn't require perfection or universal acclaim. It simply asks that you see your worth clearly and live in a way that honors it, regardless of how the world perceives you. The story of the stone isn't merely about value, it's a profound reflection on the journey each of us must take to uncover who we truly are. The stone didn't realize its worth in isolation, it needed a guide, someone to lead it to the right places and connect it with the right people who could see its brilliance. Life mirrors this process. We, too, often require mentors, books, or transformative moments to help us see our potential and embrace our unique value. These external influences act as mirrors, reflecting back the truths we sometimes struggle to recognize within ourselves. What ultimately matters, however, is not just the guidance we receive but our readiness to embark on the journey. It's about asking the tough, uncomfortable questions that push us to grow and redefine our understanding of ourselves. True meaning comes not from a single discovery but from a continuous process of exploration, learning, and self-discovery. Much like the stone, we must trust that with patience, effort, and the courage to keep seeking, our true worth will be revealed, not only to the world but, most importantly, to ourselves. The stone in the story didn't change, yet its value varied in the eyes of different people. Your life is no different. Your worth isn't determined by external opinions but by your understanding of yourself and how you live in accordance with that understanding. Remember, you don't have to be flawless to be invaluable. You only need to live authentically, embrace your unique qualities, and honor the value you carry. That is how you find peace and happiness. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Spend time cultivating positive thoughts and building a resilient mind because your value isn't about where you are in life but about how you see yourself. Take a moment today to ask yourself, who am I? Am I treating myself like the rare gem I truly am? Let the answers guide you toward a life that reflects your true worth. And there you have it, a powerful reminder that your true value lies within, waiting to be discovered and embraced. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you found value here, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.